Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or visit beacongrenada.com.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Dreaming of a summer vacation? We can make it happen! Need a credit card for summer spending? We can make that happen too! Need a loan for carnival, debt consolidation, education expenses and more? We've got you covered with a Republic Bank Make It Happen loan. Up to 100% financing, competitive rates, and a chance to win great prizes! Live your best life this summer with financing from Republic Bank. Check out republicgrenada.com or visit us today to get your summer started right with a Make It Happen loan.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Alright, so much of all you're complaining, all you don't know what the store is. So let me give all you a little tour. So we're in St. George and we're heading to Halifax Street to be exact. All you pay attention because we're coming up real quickly. And then bam, we're at Joms World. Yeah. So we're right opposite Normal Shopping Center. If you're familiar with the place, this is it. And guys, ta-da! This is what we have to offer. So all your baby accessories, clothing, items, whatever it is, we have it in stock. And guys, that's not all. We have these cute, adorable shoes. All here is a set of baby fever around here. We cater for adults as well, so we do have clothing, we have other items, so come on down, check us out today. And again, we're located on Halifax Street. It's Joms World. It's opposite Normal Shopping Center.
If you all right, of course, we have to say welcome to another Mikey Live program. How are you doing? My name is Mikey Hutchinson and we are coming to you live from the Spice of the Caribbean, that is Grenada. I mean, we are just a beautiful place. This is probably the best island in the entire world. We have a mixture of everything. Beautiful people, music, entertainment, relaxation. Yeah, I mean, it's just everything that you look for. Whether you look for a lot of it or in moderation, you can find it right here in Grenada. So come on down. Yeah, man. Here's what. We've got a few things to talk to you about tonight. Police say that they are investigating the death of a Gulf Coast resident. We'll talk to you about that. And we have a little thing to tell you about dogs, dangerous dogs. We got a notice from the ministry. More quakes shaking up the place. But we are right. We're doing fine today. A lot of people said they did not feel that one, which is good. We're going to talk about the August 1st Emancipation Day holiday. We'll talk to you about that. Just hold on. NAWASA is poised to implement their Southern St. George's water supply expansion project. So a lot of work will be going on in Concord. I understand they're going to be expanding. You know, there's a big water tank up there. Water treatment plant, everything in one. So here's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be increasing the capacity there. You understand? And then what they're saying, this is going to cause, it's going to cause some interruptions. And so they're having their little dialogue and consultation with community members and so. And then once the project is completed, there's a lot that can be benefited as a result. But we're going to talk about all of that too. All right, so we've got quite a few things to talk about. RSS and St. George's University deepen their security partnership through training. We're going to talk about that. Pretty Larceny Task Force, their officers have been deployed. Thank God. And we hear a farmer's story in a moment. So we have a few things to talk to you about. Brace yourself. This is Mikey Live. We say it's news discussed, not told. We don't have a hosting race. We're just talking business. Stay right there. We'll be back. Don't forget, someone sharing tonight's program will receive some free credits, compliments, digital, and I hope that lucky person is you. We'll be back. If you are looking for electrical and maintenance solutions, contact Max Tech. We offer electrical engineering consultation, electrical system diagnostics, domestic, commercial, and industrial system designs and sizing, electrical installation and maintenance services of systems such as generators and ATS changeover systems, pneumatic and motorized valves, uninterrupted power supply or UPS, sewage pumping systems, portable water pressure boosting, tank filling and or emptying pumping systems, bakery equipment, programming and wiring of control systems, VFD, inverter drives, etc. Security camera systems. We also offer affordable solar PV systems, including portable power stations or solar generators, complete solar PV system designs with financial impact statements, PV equipment procurement, installation and commissioning. Yes, we do it all. For all your electrical and maintenance solutions, contact Max Tech, where quality is never compromised. Contact us on telephone number 405-7309.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Home is easy, easy with Republic Bank.
Are you dreaming of owning your own home? With Republic Bank's Home Easy Loan, you're one step closer to making that dream a reality. With competitive rates, reduced fees, and up to 100% financing, Republic Bank makes owning your home simple and stress-free. Start your journey to independence, empowerment, and the joy of home ownership today.
Republic Bank, we're bringing home to you. Home easy. It's not just a mortgage, it's peace of mind.
Terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Yeah, man, they're the one for you. And of course, now it's just the right time. Yeah, Republic Bank says so, so you got to check them out. All right, guys. So before we get deeply into the news, we got to let you know that there will be some power interruptions caused by frequent maintenance periodic maintenance by Grenlec, and they say that these are very necessary. So tomorrow, Tuesday 17, Blaze, St. Andrew, you'll be out of electricity 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Please take note. Woburn as well, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. I had to talk to the Baba. Yeah, boy, Josh. You might be out of power. I have a little thing there, you could borrow it. Yeah, portable power. Wednesday, Telescope St. Andrew, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And on Friday, Pearl St. Andrew, 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon. So these are your times that you will be out of power and the specific areas. So ting. So here's what we've heard from the Royal Grenada Police Force regarding a body that was discovered at the owner's home. You understand? Very tragic and very unfortunate. And the police say that they are investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of Darren Newton, who is a 35-year-old carpenter of Gulf Coast in St. Andrew. Now, according to a police report on Sunday, 15 June 2025, officers responded to a report and they discovered the partly decomposed body of Mr. Newton hanging from the roof of his residence. He was pronounced dead at the scene by a medical practitioner. All right, they say that a post-mortem examination will be conducted to determine the exact cause of death. Now, his mom says, he's the kind to always be by himself. When he's not working, he just retreat to himself. So it was not unusual to not see him for a couple of days. But somebody, one of the relatives who were passing by his home, they said that they got a kind of like a stench coming from his home, and they notified the police. The police went in, and then they made the discovery. Very unfortunate again. Very, very unfortunate situation. Whew. All right, and we are moving on. I don't know why, but the place is shaking up a lot. So we've been having a lot of small quakes, measuring, let's say, from magnitude 2.0. We've even had a 5 point something the other day. Within the Caribbean region. Why is this happening? I'm not sure, but a lot of it is, and we have had, the unfortunate experience of feeling, some jolts. Remember a couple years ago, boy? People are still traumatized by that. It was tough, I bought like a child when we got that quake. But yeah, we have not had severe earthquakes. Nonetheless, whenever it happens, it's just something that people are scared of. So today was one of those days that when we had another shake-up, but this time the difference is that not many people said that they felt it. It was a magnitude 3.9 on the Richter scale. It went down at a latitude 11.86 north, longitude 61.5 west, and at a depth of 17 kilometers. All right, that was close to St. George's. In fact, 80 kilometers east-southeast of St. George's. As you can see on your screen, that one was pretty close. They say, maybe one day, all these little movements, one day we'll probably get something bigger. I don't know, and I hope not. You understand? Because it is not something that we could really deal with. Yeah, I understand. We prepare for everything else, but earthquakes, NASA. So we are getting notice from the ministry regarding dogs, dangerous dogs, and its restrictions. Some dogs are not your typical, and so the ministry, they are warning against that. All right, and they're saying that you need to have like things like insurance and so for your dogs. You understand? And also they are also speaking against the illegal breeding of these dogs. You understand? I find two of the pictures look the same, but of course the breed is different. But I think more so it is just the message that they are trying to get across. You understand? You don't just go around getting dogs from every and anywhere and importing dogs from every and anywhere and then breeding them and crossbreeding. You understand? So they are speaking against that. They are discouraging it and reminding you that if you have a dangerous dog, that you have to have a license and insurance. And I think the insurance for that is a lot of money. I think it's like $250,000 or something like that. You can almost assume that when you see people walking around with dogs like these, they are not insured, so it is illegal. Yeah, I mean, but anywho, you could check it out, all right? But they're saying that you need to do the proper thing where these animals are concerned. You can call 440-2095, all right? Or you can also check out the Vector Control Unit. That is Vector Control GND@gmail.com. All right, give them a call, discuss it and stuff like that. Yeah, you might want to know what prompted this notice. Don't worry about it. So we are moving on. Members of the House of Representatives will be meeting tomorrow, and we spoke about this, and here's what they'll be discussing. a series of bills, among which will be Grenada to observe August 1st each year as Emancipation Day instead of the first Monday. You understand? This is the one of the things that we have to be looking at. There have been debates about this. I remember people calling on the radio and stuff talking about that, you know. The rightful day, August 1st, instead of the first Monday. And then when you do it on the first Monday, it clashes with the Rainbow City Festival and stuff like that, you know, session up in St. Andrew. So let's see where this will go, because I think it's rather interesting. I mean, it's one thing to be hearing a lot of talk about this over the years, but no, you know, it's a matter of putting your money where your mouth is, and let's see where you know, where this one will go. Woo! Right, I make a bet, boy. I bet $500. I tell somebody, general election will not go past the first quarter of 2026. Person say, well, Mikey, you know, put your money where your mouth is. I say, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm putting elections in February of 2026 or March of 2026. February or March. Right? So, you don't have to hear, you don't have to listen. Today I saw Mr. Andy Williams, he put up on his page, get registered. I say, what? The boss listening. Got telling all here. Who can hear go feel? All right. So, there's right, enough of the jokes now. Let's go. This project, we've been telling about this for about 2 or 3 years now, right? Yes. So it is about to happen. All right. The Southern St. George Water Supply Expansion Project. This is huge. So the National Water and Sewage Authority, they say they are on the verge of implementing that long anticipated Southern St. George Water Supply Expansion Project. It's a transformative initiative designed to significantly enhance the water service delivery to thousands of residents, including those in Concord community, but not just Concord, because, you know, Concord supply the main part of Grenada. Well, I don't mean part of Grenada, but more the capital. You understand? I don't mean part. Everybody important the same way. You understand? So the capital and Grand Dance, the hotel belt and stuff like that. Now, this project marks a major milestone in Grenada's water sector and stands as a beacon of hope and resilience, arriving at a crucial time when the island is facing growing threats of climate change. And you know what it is? This year we get away, but all them other years, it's you understand? All them other years, it's play smash up. You understand? So this is something that they are going to be working on. There are a lot of concerns by the residents of Concord, particularly those who do business, like by the Concord Falls and so, because of course, once they start to do work in Concord, they understand it is going to interrupt the regular flow of things. Again, like even the tourists may not be able to go up there again. They might have to take them off and I heard talks about that, take them off the map. The tourism map for a while. In other words, when people come next tourist season, they might not be able to go up to Concord because, of course, a lot of work is being done up there. But that's just one side of it. I'm not sure how they plan to mitigate the loss, but on the brighter side of things, they have not had in some of these areas electricity for a long time, and because of this project, yes, you would find that you're getting current up there in places where they didn't have current before. A lot of what you will see is repairs of the existing dam on the Blackberry River, upgrade of the Concord water treatment plant to increase output from approximately 600,000 gallons to 1 million gallons per day. You hear this? Also, the construction of 2 new portable water storage tanks totaling 500,000 gallons. Also, the upgrade or repair of nearly 2 miles of water mains the installation of meteorological and hydraulic measurement and control devices. So it's a lot you will see happening. You understand? Even sewer. They'll have the upgrade and or repair of approximately 1.25 miles of sewer mains, upgrade of 3 sewer lift stations, etc., etc., etc. This project is huge. All right, so it will affect people in one way negatively while the project is ongoing, but once it is completed and has done, they're promising that this will be all smiles for all involved. It's going to be a worthwhile sacrifice, but it's no sacrifice. Yeah, no sacrifice. But some people don't want to hear that, you know. People could only think about, no, you know, things hard. You know, so some people will think about, you know, like, well, I feed my children by, you know, what's the alternative? Okay, let's go. A few minor accidents again for the weekend. Nothing too serious. Guys, still there's an appeal to motorists to please be considerate. A lot of the accidents that you see on the street are avoidable, and you can hear that directly from the, I could bring the police to tell you that. A lot of the accidents that we are seeing are avoidable. You understand? So, yeah. So that's on that front. Moving on, the regional security systems, the RSS, they are deepening, they say, its collaboration with the St. George's University through the ongoing command and staff course, that's the CVQ level 4, being held at the St. George's University in Grenada. Senior RSS officials, Deputy Executive Director Atlee Rodney and Director of Training, Lieutenant Commander, that's retired Brian Roberts, recently visited the course to engage with participants and deliver key preparations on communications and the regional security framework. All right, we've been telling you about this now. Mr. Rodney sees the course as being critical to building leadership capacity and its capabilities in the region's security force, and praise the institute's efforts to modernize its training program. Okay, I'm not trying to be anything. I'm sure I feel the ground shaker. It could be my mind. It could be my mind playing tricks on me. I find I'm feeling the ground shaking. I find I'm feeling the ground shaking. So, it could be just my mind playing tricks with me. I'm like, what's going on here? But I try to keep a straight face, eh? And I said, why try to keep a straight face? Just in case. But I'll be able to tell you that shortly. I'll quickly. Did anybody feel a shake? Or is just my head playing tricks with me? Listen, the mind is a really funny thing, you know. Ah, boy. Okay, so let's move on. And that's the thing about being on camera, eh? Yeah, all the instinct telling you running, you know. I sitting down here and like my mind tell me, Mikey, what to do, boy? Put on a straight face or run. But like I said, it could be my mind. So let's move on. Speaking of mind, do you realize there's this video in circulation where Israel threw a bomb into Iran, and it hit one of the main TV stations while the announcer was on air. You saw that? Lord God. No, this whole thing is getting serious. You know, it's getting kind of sticky. All right, it's really getting sticky, and I hope that, oh boy, it's just sad. It's just sad to see all of these wars, and nobody ever wins the war, to be quite honest with you. Once people's lives are being cut short, children, women, babies dying they have nothing to do with it. They have nothing to do with it, but yet, tell y'all, the struggle is real. So, you might have heard this one serious. The United States is considering a major expansion of its travel ban to include islands of the Caribbean, including St. Lucia that we know about, and several other nations. And that's as a result of the Citizen by Investment Programs, that's the CBI. And that is according to a leaked U.S. State Department memo obtained by the Washington Post. Now remember, about 2 months ago, there were talks about that, and they were like, nah, nothing so. But we are here. This talk is surfacing once again. Now, the memo reveals that the Donald Trump administration is reviewing potential visa bans or entry restrictions for citizens of 36 countries, citing national security and immigration enforcement concerns. The other Caribbean nations named were Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, and St. Kitts and Nevis, all of which have an active CBI program. Well, as for us, Grenada is the only Eastern Caribbean nation with a CBI initiative that is not on the list. We do not know. You understand? We do not know what's going on there. If implemented, the expanded ban would mark a significant escalation in U.S. immigration policy. You understand? And that's going to be a lot of implications for St. Lucia travelers and those who intend to travel to the U.S. or resides in the U.S. and the other name Antigua, Barbuda, Dominica, St. Kitts and Nevis, etc., etc., etc. And who knows, Grenada could be implicated as well. If it holds, if this whole thing holds, you understand? Because we really don't know. Some say it's rumors, but Washington Post and anyway. Anyways, it's left to be seen. The United States have changed the meaning of news significantly, I can tell you that. There's a lot of talks about things that have not materialized. It's like what can happen. A lot of focus on what can happen. When I was training, it was what has happened, what is happening. A lot more the focus is that. But I find the U.S. media focuses a lot on projections, predictions, unofficial stuff. I guess it's a new dispensation. I don't know. But anywho's, let's move on. But there's a serious story that I needed to tell you about. Pretty larceny has been a thing for decades. But we would say in the last 10 years or so, it has gotten so bad that it really threatens our food security. Anyone who doesn't think so, I don't know. You got to be serious. There's something wrong with you. When you listen to the stories of the farmers, right, that they have done everything right to get a good crop, and then 2 days before harvesting, 3 days before harvesting, somebody comes and just go with everything, and what they can't take, they destroy it. It's a real problem. It is a real problem. And so the Pretty Larceny Task Force was set up to mitigate against that, to combat the instances of pretty larceny. But it fell apart, and them thief and them started roaming free in people's place. Despite efforts from farmers, from individual farmers, the thieves still have their way. So now, the Pretty Larceny Task Force is back, and officers are now deployed across the country. You understand? And so the farming community, they are welcoming this bold step forward. So they have a night like a session. Here's a farmer, Pretty Larceny Prevention Officer. Listen to that farmer speaking of her experience with them thief.
My first crop as a commercial farmer sent me to the hospital. In 2021, I transitioned from backyard farming to large-scale farming. My first crops were sweet potato and green corn. At that time, I was still learning, and I wasn't fully aware of the importance of crop patrol or field monitoring. I would check my crops, but from the outside of the field, unaware of what was truly happening within. When I noticed that my corn was ready for harvest, I started searching for buyers. I posted on Facebook and on WhatsApp and received a few responses. I was excited. This was supposed to be my first real return on my investment. However, when I returned to the field the next morning, I was shocked and devastated to find that only 4 rows of corn remained along the perimeter of the field. Everything inside had already been upstacked, have already been harvested, not by me, but by thieves. As you can imagine, I was heartbroken. The stress from the loss triggered a spike in my blood pressure, and I had to be rushed to the hospital. A few days later, while heading back to the farm, I ran into one of my cousins. She looked at me and she said, "I know, now in the garden you're going," and I responded, "Yes." And she said, "You're going back there for them to kill you this time?" Though the experience was traumatic, disheartening, and discouraging, I made a decision not to give up. I drew strength from the wisdom of the old-time farmers, one who said to me, "Plan for yourselves and the thieves," and this is what I started doing. Pre-larceny and malicious acts remain two of the most pressing challenges faced by farmers across Grenada, particularly in rural and undeserved areas. That is why today's event is not only important, but it is necessary. We, the farmers of Grenada, wholeheartedly welcome the recommissioning of this unit. We believe it has the potential to significantly reduce theft, rebuild trust between communities and law enforcement, and protect the livelihood we work so hard to build. Many people believe that farmers are the sole drivers of agricultural development, but I believe otherwise. To unlock our full potential, we must work collaboratively with government, the private sector, our community, and law enforcement. As I look out at this graduating class, I want you to know that our farming community welcomes you. However, I also want to be clear. We hope that you are not here simply for a paycheck. We hope you are here because you are passionate, committed, truly dedicated to protecting our food system and supporting our farmers.
All right, and so that was a nice little session they had last week, because they were like, speaking about the Peter Lassini Task Force, speaking about what the intention is, and letting farmers know that now these are the officers who are in charge and all of that. So, they had a graduation ceremony and stuff like that, and now they are ready to go out in the field and do their work. So they are now deployed, and the farmers will most definitely benefit. They will be working on a shift system, morning and evening. So there is no window for the thief and them to to GT. So them thief and them, headache for all there, because we're going on them and them say they're serious. They are serious about this whole thing. And anybody found in breach, they'll be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Again, prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. So, I'm sorry guys, but your day is over. Alright, so we are about to take a break and come back. And when we come back, what we will have for you is the national report. I see it's interrupting our broadcast right now. Watch now. Why is that one by? Before that, we want to say big up to the people who are currently on YouTube, locked in: Celine, Cher, Marcus, Denise, and everybody who's usually there. Hillary, Suzanne, everybody. Blessings to you on YouTube. Likewise, we want to big up all of you on Facebook. Yvette, how are you? Valerie, Bernadette, Bermuda, Shumin, Shumshum, Barbara, Javal, the principal, Ansha, Allison, Jacinta, Joseph, Joyous, Sylvina, and everybody else. I mean, there are so many of you. We are happy that you're here with us. Blessings to you. All right, Diana? Yeah, man. So we are taking a break and come back again. Before that, let me just give you the quick. All right, let's give you the weather very quick. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy and windy with light to moderate showers. Tonight's minimum temperature is expected to be about 25.5 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to east-southeasterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour. Seas moderate to slightly rough with waves 6 to 8 feet in easterly swells. And a marine advisory will be in effect for tonight. And let's talk about tomorrow. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy, windy and hazy, with light to moderate morning and nighttime showers becoming fair at times during the afternoon. Your max temperature for tomorrow, 31 degrees Celsius, normal. Minimum 25.5 degrees Celsius, again normal. Winds northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour. And our seas moderate to slightly rough with waves 6 to 8 feet in easterly swells. And a marine advisory will be in effect for the rest of the week. Well, up to Thursday. I have up to Thursday. All right, so be guided accordingly for that. So family, we're taking another break and come back with the national report. Stay right there.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or visit beacongrenada.com.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Dreaming of a summer vacation? We can make it happen. Need a credit card for summer spending? We can make that happen too. Need a loan for carnival, debt consolidation, education expenses and more? We've got you covered with a Republic Bank Make It Happen loan. Up to 100% financing, competitive rates, and a chance to win great prizes. Live your best life this summer with financing from Republic Bank. Check out republicgrenada.com or visit us today to get your summer started right with a Make It Happen loan.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
The Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Forestry will open the 2025 plant distribution season on Tuesday, June 17th with an official ceremony from 10 a.m. at the Maribor Propagation Station. The actual sale of plants will then commence the following day, Wednesday, June 18th at all three propagation stations, namely Maribor Propagation Station in St. Andrew, Ashenden in St. David, and Maran Propagation Station in St. John. This signifies an earlier than usual access to plantlets by farmers. As government steps up its drive to ensure that Grenada's food security initiative is on track, additional plantlets will be made available to farmers. These include newly introduced tissue culture banana and plantain, as well as pineapple, cassava, and coconut sourced under the World Bank Food Security Enhancement Project. The Ministry of Agriculture aims to have plants available to farmers throughout the year as government work towards significant reduction in Grenada's food import bill. Plant distribution ceremony, Tuesday, June 17th.
The actual sale of plants will commence from Wednesday, June 18th. Additional information will be provided. The Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Forestry, ensuring food and nutrition security for all.
Anywhere at any time and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
Alright, so much of all you're complaining, all you don't know what the store is. So let me give all you a little tour. So we're in St. George and we're heading to Halifax Street to be exact. All you pay attention because we're coming up real quickly. And then bam, we're at Joms World. Yeah. So we're right opposite normal shopping center. If you're familiar with the place, this is it. And guys, ta-da! This is what we have to offer. So all your baby accessories, clothing, items, whatever it is, we have it in stock. And guys, that's not all. We have these cute, adorable shoes. All here is a set of baby fever around here. We cater for adults as well. So we do have clothing. We have other items. So come on down. Check us out today. And again, we're located on Halifax Street. It's Joms World. It's opposite Normal Shopping Center.
If you are looking for electrical and maintenance solutions, contact Max Tech. We offer electrical engineering consultation, electrical system diagnostics, domestic, commercial, and industrial system designs and sizing, electrical installation and maintenance services of systems such as generators and ATS changeover systems, pneumatic and motorized valves, uninterrupted power supply or UPS, sewage pumping systems, portable water pressure boosting, tank filling and or emptying pumping systems, bakery equipment, programming and wiring of control systems, VFD, inverter drives, etc., security camera systems. We also offer affordable solar PV systems, including portable power stations or solar generators, complete solar PV system designs with financial impact statements, PV equipment procurement, installation and commissioning. Yes, we do it all. For all your electrical and maintenance solutions, contact Max Tech, where quality is never compromised. Contact us on telephone number 405-7309.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Calling the CARICOM community, assembling Global Africa, the 4th edition of the Afri-Caribbean Trade Investment Forum. Active 2025 is coming to St. George, Grenada, this 28th to 29th July. Join government and business leaders, investors, and trade and finance institutions to explore the theme, Resilience and Transformation. Enhancing Africa-Caribbean economic cooperation in an era of global uncertainty. Be there as we stand together to strengthen our commercial ties, to promote shared trade and investment opportunities, and unlock prosperity for Africa, the Caribbean, and the wider diaspora. The 4th Afri-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum. Reserve your place now at active2025.com.
This is the GIS News for Monday, June 16th, 2025. I am Chrisanne Mitchell. In the headlines, Ministry of Climate Resilience, the Environment and Renewable Energy hosts thematic network meeting, and Grenada anticipates benefits from China's Belt and Road Initiative. We'll have the details of these stories and more, plus a look at the weather when we return.
The Mass officially starts now, and Spice Mass Cooperation, together with Aura Caribbean, is turning up the thing all the way up with Carnival City Fusion Thursdays. It all kicks off on Thursday, May 29th, and continues every Thursday into June. We're bringing the vibes to the Port Louis lawn. Gates open 7 p.m. Action starts 8 p.m. Get ready for live performances from your favorite soca, groovy, and calypso artists, plus the sweet sounds of steel band, live bands, and all the mass elements you love. Veko, Jab Jab, Shortney, Mokojumbi, Apache, and more. It's more than a line. It's a whole carnival experience. So grab your crew, bring the energy, and come let's celebrate where culture meets pure excitement. Carnival City Fusion Thursdays, Port Louis Lawn, beginning May 29th and continues every Thursday into June. Come, let's play a mass, cause the thing starts.
Welcome back. Grenada welcomed national ozone officers and regional stakeholders this week for the Caribbean Thematic Network meeting held in tandem with the Sustainable Cooling Exhibition, underscoring the nation's commitment to environmental resilience and green technology leadership in the Caribbean. The event, organized in partnership with the United Nations Environment Program UNEP, Ozone Action, and the Ministry of Climate Resilience, the Environment and Renewable Energy, brought together participants from across the Caribbean to chart a path forward on ozone layer protection, HFC phase-down strategies, and sustainable cooling technologies. Mr. Leslie Smith, Director of Renewable Energy in the Ministry of Climate Resilience, emphasized Grenada's proactive role in hosting the meeting and using the platform to showcase local advancements in climate-friendly cooling. The opening ceremony was held at the True Blue Conference Room.
But the main purpose of us putting up our hands to host this meeting was not because we wanted you to come here to discuss ozone-related matters, but because we wanted to showcase the advancements that we have made with sustainable cooling. Looking forward to our deliberations as we pull our efforts together jointly for a global cause that we're going to be done at the national level. We have been so successful in phasing out all of these ozone-emitting substances that we feel that we need another challenge to look at the greenhouse gases used in the sector. And so this is our new challenge that we are going to embrace and that we're going to work together towards achieving. We are intimately aware of the challenges that this new circumstance presents, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines can attest to that already. But I think it's not a daunting task that we cannot achieve, and I'm very confident that we can do that. So the stage that we set here over the next 3 days is going to be critical for the outlook for 2029, which is the first phase down target we have under the Kigali Amendment.
Representing UNEP Ozone Action, Ms. Donnelyn Charles, Regional Montreal Protocol Coordinator for the Caribbean, highlighted the fruits that can come from the meeting.
The network meeting, along with the exhibition, will address issues and including remaining key issues to achieve the total HCFC phase-out by 2030. It will also provide a space to continue to explore key priorities within the HFC phase-down as more countries finalize and implement their HFC Kigali implementation plans or KIPs.
Charles also reminded participants of the critical role played by the refrigeration and air conditioning rack servicing sector in achieving climate goals.
They bridge the gap between policymakers and the refrigeration and air conditioning servicing sector by guiding the development of suitable standards, training programs, advocate for change that can support the transition to low GWP, energy efficient alternatives, and support the national ozone units with the implementation of all of their plans.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Climate Resilience, Perron Johnson, delivered featured remarks. According to PS, Grenada is pleased to host the event, which complements the strides that the country has made in climate resilience.
Grenada is certainly honored to be the host of this gathering, not just as a venue, but as a living model of climate leadership. Though small in size, approximately 133 square miles, but we are mighty in our ambition, and I may I add, we are even punching a little bit above our height. Grenada is therefore proud of its stride in terms of environmental stewardship and, by extension, sustainable development.
PS also gave credit to the Montreal Protocol implementation and the Kigali amendments.
The fight for climate change begins with practical, targeted solutions, many of which are embedded in the Montreal Protocol and its Kigali amendments. Grenada stands proud as a global leader in the Montreal Protocol implementation. Our National Ozone Unit, ably led by Director Smith, continues to demonstrate that our commitment and collaboration, even as small island states, can lead bold transformation initiatives.
Some of the participating countries are Trinidad and Tobago, Suriname, St. Lucia, St. Kitts and Nevis, and the Bahamas. Organizations such as the OECS, GIZ, World Bank, and Multilateral Fund are also a part of the meeting. The meeting will conclude on Wednesday, June 18th with the exhibition from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Trouble Bay Resort. A highly interactive and hands-on life-saving training session was conducted at the Grenada National Stadium recently under the U.S. Navy's Continuing Promise mission in collaboration with the University of Miami and U.S. Southern Command. The initiative, held in partnership with the Government of Grenada, focused on CPR and Stop the Bleed training for personnel across key national agencies. GIS spoke to Vincent Torres, Associate Director for Disaster Management at the University of Miami's Global Institute for Community Health and Development.
The training that we're putting on today is part of the Continuing Promise mission in partnership with the United States Southern Command and the Grenadian government is Stop the Bleed and Heart Saver, or CPR, course. So we're teaching various agencies here how to save lives.
The CPR component was delivered in partnership with Garden Center for Simulation and Medical Education, utilizing mannequins that provide feedback to help participants practice compressions effectively.
So we are different teams of instructors here from the University of Miami, and we're providing hands-on training. So you see behind us we have a number of mannequins that we're practicing the CPR on, so they actually will provide feedback to the people doing the CPR to make sure they're doing it properly. So a big part about it is it's not just looking at a PowerPoint for a couple hours, it's actually doing the work.
The Stop the Bleed program has become a vital part of emergency preparedness.
The second part of the class is the Stop the Bleed program. The Stop the Bleed program is something that unfortunately has become common, but it is something that is so important. So it used to be, many years ago, that CPR was kind of a unique thing. Now anybody can do it. Stop the Bleed now is kind of along that same vein, where the Stop the Bleed program is something that anybody can do. You don't necessarily have to be a police officer or a doctor or a nurse. You can literally be anybody on the street.
Officials from the National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA, law enforcement, Ministry of Health, and the Coast Guard benefited from the training sessions. Torres said the initiative is expected to have a long-lasting impact as participants return to their agencies not only with knowledge, but with the confidence to teach others to act in critical moments.
You remember what you do, and that's why you need simulation medicine and simulation training. This ensures that you have the skills, the hands-on skills and knowledge to actually do it. Learning just from a PowerPoint and just from books, that only gets you so far. But we take the book away, we get the PowerPoint done quickly, and we just get into the hands-on, get into the simulators, get into the gauze, the seal, the chest seals, the wound packing, and actually let them feel what it's like. And even in these simulators, you can actually feel bone, you can feel what feels like tissue, so you can see what it actually could potentially feel like going into and trying to save yourself or somebody else. We hope that they continue this training, and we hope that we didn't just teach them how to use the equipment that we have. We taught them also how to even improvise. So thinking outside the box and looking at the resources that are around you to produce a field tourniquet with something in the street or something in a building that just happens to be there.
This is the GIS News. We take our first break. We'll be right back.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with but a step. So the journey of a year begins with but a sec. 1 second is the difference between old and new. The difference between what you have done and what you have to do. 1 second is the difference between who you were and who you are going to be. The difference between a year of expectations and a year of memories. Awaiting you is a year of opportunities and new moves. Just one final second to reflect. And then we must embrace indeed. I reckon 1 second is all we need.
Global warming and sea level rise are of increasing concern to coastal communities of the Caribbean. Approximately 70% of this problem is caused by the production of electricity using petroleum fuels. Electricity production from renewable energy technologies such as wind, hydro, biomass, and geothermal are proven solutions to replace petroleum fuels while saving valuable foreign exchange.
The Caribbean Renewable Energy Development Program is working with regional governments to transform the electric sector and thereby ensure the optimal addition of renewable energy into the region's electricity supply.
CREDIP, working towards a sustainable energy future for the Caribbean.
Welcome back. The aroma of Grenadian cuisine and spices and the sweet sound of its music filled the streets of Beijing on Sunday at the 2025 Caribbean Experience, an event organized by the Caucus of Caribbean Embassies to showcase and share their culture with the Chinese population. The Dongye Cultural Square in Beijing was filled with booths and representatives from 10 countries: Dominica, Barbados, Antigua and Barbuda, Haiti, Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, Suriname, and the Bahamas, each highlighting food, costumes, cultural wares, drinks, and giveaways that are unique to their island. It was an experience Grenada's ambassador to China, His Excellency Ian Marshall, sees as the beginning of greater things to come for member countries.
I believe it's an amazing opportunity to share with the Chinese population our culture, our similarities, our differences. As Caribbean islands, with diplomatic relations, cultural ties, economic ties, I think it's important that the different areas that I just mentioned are clearly understood from the cultural aspect. Additionally, we do have a diaspora, and this is one of the ways that we actually get to actively have such uniting activities with our diaspora to make them feel appreciated or some sense of belonging in a strange market, a strange region. So I think this opportunity, looking from a Grenadian perspective, as we get into the carnival season, I think it gives us, being away from home, a sort of home feeling that gives us the motivation as students, as diplomats, to continue pushing forward and flying the flag. I think, futuristically speaking, it would leave some impression on the youthful mind. They will remember the Caribbean, they will remember Grenada, because they are the future leaders. So, in some way or form, I believe activities like that, where we get to showcase, also leaves impressions. So it can create a pathway for the generations to come.
Current chair of the Caucus of Caribbean Embassies in Beijing, Her Excellency Anning Chu, is satisfied with the execution of this year's event, which to her is quickly becoming a signature event for the Caribbean. The contribution from corporate China has increased, and so has the number of people attending the event.
We started in 2022, right after COVID, but we were actually preparing way before that. And the first edition was actually held at the Ghana Embassy in Beijing. So it started from what was like a crowd of 500 the first year, and then it increased last year to about 800 persons. This year, the number is a bit more than last year. I think that it has grown annually and it's becoming a signature event for Caribbean countries in China. It's like a cultural exchange platform to bring a piece of the Caribbean to Beijing and to let the Chinese audience know more about what the Caribbean has to offer.
To the Caribbean, the event means strength in unity and a louder voice at international forums.
The coming together of the 10 countries represented here is significant, but individually, our countries as a whole, coming together actually helps us to have a louder voice in representing the Caribbean. So I think that, it's pretty significant. And more people across China are beginning to know about our event. We've had a lot of people travel from outside of Beijing, come to Beijing for our event. So I think that as we go on, it will get bigger and grander every year, yes.
Grenada will assume chairmanship of the caucus in July 2025. Here are some highlights.
Listen. The other day me go a club out of London. Who approached me this beautiful woman? She say, excuse me, can I ask you a question? Mr. Show baby, play just prolong. The woman turned, she asked me where me come from. Say me come from Dover Spice Island. I coulda say 18 and she high. She already won this island boy. She hold me hand, she pull me on the dance floor. Hold me tight and she won't let me go. When me try walk, the woman hold me back. And then on me head she start talk and she say run. She run, 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 run. Warrior. Hold up Jamaica flag. Let's not miss Dominica Ocean. Where did Jamaica flag? If you come Trinity, if you come Trinity, let me hear you, let me hear you. Hey, I hope you St. Lucia flag. Watch it now. Sitting under the sunlight, listening to music that's alright.
The People's Republic of China improves port facilities to enable smooth transition of cargo and vessels for project implementation and operation expansion. One such project is the Belt and Road Initiative, a global infrastructure development strategy investment that will benefit 150 countries and international organizations. Grenada signed onto the initiative in 2018. The BRI, which was adopted in 2013, seeks to improve a number of sectors, including transport and energy, financial cooperation, multilateral trade, and economic integration. During a recent tour of the Dayland port in the province of Liaoning, which is ranked among the top 25 major ports in China and the biggest comprehensive port operator in 3 northeastern provinces of China, it was announced that work is being done to expand its operations and to make the facilities more environmentally friendly and resilient. The port has adopted smarter practices to improve its efficiency and its global reach.
同时，大连港还将
集装箱货物来自中国南方的以及日本、韩国，就是东北亚地区的一些国家的集装箱货物，也通过中欧班列运到这个中东地区。过境中东地区吧，包括直达到欧洲可以。
And our port also has the business to transport the container cargoes from the Japan as well as the South Korea and other Northeast Asian countries, as well as some the local the products from the southern part of China to Middle East countries.
So
that was Vice Director of Public Relations at the Liaoning Port Group, Liu Zhangfeng. He explained the significance of the port in the Belt and Road Initiative.
大连港是那个“一带一路”的东北的这个一个桥头堡和纽带。
Dalian Port is a very important bridge to connect the Belt and Road Initiative.
包括我刚才说的，把那个日本、韩国的商品车和就是东南亚还有那个中国南方的一些集装箱货物运送到欧洲，都是这个“一带一路”的一种融入共建“一带一路”的一种做法和实践。
The practice to transport some imported cargoes, vehicles from Japan and South Korea, and via this port, and we will transport this by train to the other places of the world, as well as we transport some cargoes and from the other local and the southern cities of the China, as well as to other East Asian countries. Is actually a practice to implement the Belt and Road Initiative.
Stay with us, we'll take our final break.
The Mass officially starts now as Spice Mass Corporation together with Aura Caribbean is turning up the thing all the way up with Carnival City Fusion Thursdays. It all kicks off on Thursday, May 29th and continues every Thursday into June. We're bringing the vibes to the Port Louis lawn. Gates open 7 p.m. Action starts 8 p.m. Get ready for live performances from your favorite soca, groovy and calypso artists, plus the sweet sounds of steel band, live bands, and all the mass elements you love. Veko, Jab Jab, Shortney, Mokojumbi, Apache, and more. It's more than a line. It's a whole carnival experience. So grab your crew, bring the energy, and come let's celebrate where culture meets pure excitement. Carnival City Fusion Thursdays, Port Louis Lawn, beginning May 29th and continues every Thursday into June. Come, let's play a mass, cause the thing starts.
Global warming and sea level rise are of increasing concern to coastal communities of the Caribbean. Approximately 70% of this problem is caused by the production of electricity using petroleum fuels. Electricity production from renewable energy technologies such as wind, hydro, biomass, and geothermal are proven solutions to replace petroleum fuels while saving valuable foreign exchange.
The Caribbean Renewable Energy Development Program is working with regional governments to transform the electric sector and thereby ensure the optimal addition of renewable energy into the region's electricity supply.
CREDIP, working towards a sustainable energy future for the Caribbean.
Welcome back. Public servants turned out in numbers to participate in what was described as a fun-filled fun day at the Roy St. John playing field on Friday as part of the culmination of the T10 cricket competition. The public servants were also engaged in other sporting activities by the organizing committee in recognition of Public Service Week 2025. The activities were to celebrate the dedication and service of the nation's public servants under the theme 5 years to 2030, accelerating public service delivery for a sustainable future. The T10 cricket competition was one of the highlights with keen rivalry among the various ministries, with the Ministry of Infrastructure emerging winners, the Ministry of Sports taking the second spot, and the Ministry of Tourism third position. In the T6 competition that took place on the day, the Ministry of Education emerged winners and will play a Prime Minister's 11 team on Wednesday 18th, 4:30 p.m. at the Roy St. John playing field. Senator Honorable Adrian Thomas was one of the government senators who witnessed the final of the T10 competition between infrastructure and the Ministry of Sports.
So we really and truly you want the public servants to have fun, you want them to enjoy themselves. After working so hard for the entire year, if they could just single out one particular day when they can come, socialize, have fun, I think they would have enjoyed that. And looking at the cricket, the season, the cricket tournament, it was definitely a build-up. The finals was great, and I look forward to the Prime Minister's 11 taking on the winning team. It's going to be a hard team to beat. The Prime Minister 11 will trash them to the bones. But all in all, this day was fantastic. I enjoyed it.
Employees of the public service also shared on the importance of engaging in workplace social activities as part of their overall mental health and wellness.
I think it's a really good initiative by the organizing committee. And the reason being, workers need a little break also. A couple of years ago, we had an initiative, for mental health, and this is good for mental health. In terms of persons enjoying themselves, associating with each other, building partnerships, and getting to meet new friends, it augurs well for the public service in terms of getting your tasks done, objectives, goal, and in other words, to move the public service forward. So this year, I would encourage this, on a yearly basis. I would also encourage ministries who want to take part in friendly games on Friday, they can do so also.
The initiative is a very good initiative. I think that is what the people in the public service need. I enjoyed it a lot because we have the intersector cricket going on. That mainly for the people from the private sector. But it's good to see the people from the public sector coming along here to enjoy themselves. So I really enjoy that initiative. I think it's a good thing. You played Yes, we have in the preliminary round, that was before today. We had a team, but we didn't make it to here, so I'm here now helping out with the scoring. That's the best I can do now.
I think it's a very good initiative. We know the workers, they have been working extremely hard throughout the year, and to get a chance to have fun. It's not only work, but fun goes in place. I think after this, we rejuvenate and go to work again.
So do you think this is something that should happen outside of the public service?
Definitely. As I said, you have a chance to meet workers from different places, and the camaraderie, the friendship could be built. And when you go to different workplaces, it can help the bond. Because I from the sports might go in finance and need a help, but the bond outside of the office would help in helping the job be done easier.
Here now are some highlights from the track events.
Come on! Hold it to the next one! You see? Come on, Melissa! Go!
And now for a look at the public forecast, valid until Tuesday, 6 a.m. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy and windy with light to moderate showers occasionally. Wind easterly to east-southeasterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour. Seas moderate to slightly rough with waves 6 to 8 feet in easterly swells. A marine advisory remains in effect. Tomorrow's sunrise, 5:43 a.m. This brings us to the end of the GIS news for Monday, June 16th, 2025. On behalf of the entire news and production team here at the Government Information Service, I am Chris-Ann Mitchell saying thank you for joining us.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or visit beacongrenada.com.